They were both telling me they were going to call her out, and they started calling her out, right? The next thing you know, Cuban steps in and tells them both to stand down. Then all of a sudden, they're contacting me, and I know goddamn well they were illegally recording a conversation. Like, Bruja calls me, and she has him on the phone, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm like, that's not really fair to attack me with two people without giving me any kind of a choice or a warning before you bring somebody on. She got all bent out of shape about that. Within a matter of days, all of a sudden, she's besties with Penelope. How do you go from sitting here saying, I knew you were white before I ever even spoke with Joe, you're disgusting, the fold's not going to help you, and then back her up? And Bruja was telling me she was initially disgusted with Denise telling her to back up Penelope, and she was contemplating getting out of the fold. At the end of the day, she's too addicted to that clout. She's too addicted to that attention.
No, she can't stand. She's a woman. She's the type of person that can't stand on her own. She can't stand up on. She got to roll with the crew, and she a backstabber. So I was.
She's a pick me. She's the one that's calling everybody else a pick me, and she's the biggest pick me of them all. She broke my heart because I really loved her as a friend. I truly did.
She know how to manipulate real well.
Yep, that's what I realized.
The first time I came in contact with her, or well, not contact. My first interaction with her is she making a damn video talking about let's do a ring challenge. Like, girl, if you got my face.
I want to know when Denise is going to, like, you notice how they target Ratchet a lot? Like, they silence her so quick. More than anybody, I think they silence her. And that's because she wants to fight Denise, and Denise is too much of a chicken shit to face her in a boxing ring. So
that wouldn't even be a fight. Denise would run to a corner and cry.
I want to see it. I think we should promote it. I think we should coordinate it for a charity. I'll fly to wherever I need to go for that fight because I want to see Denise get her ass handed to her.
Denise she'll never sign up for that. She will never.
Never.
She's too afraid. She's too afraid. And she knows that.
And Denise can't fight. You could look at her and tell she can't fight. She all talk. That's why she sound like a pack of Marlboros.
Somebody said it best yesterday. Marge Simpson's sisters. Hey, what are you doing over there?
Exactly.
She got that heavy smoker's voice.
But yeah, I don't see that coming. That fight coming to fruition. Like I really don't, because she's never going to sign up or agree to nothing like that. She's just going to talk shit on her phone. Blow her hot ass breath on that damn phone.
I would literally pay. I would pay good money. I would fly out and I would pay good money, especially if it was going to charity, because I'm big on charity events are freaking awesome. I really think we should push this. We should all make videos like, come on, Denise, fight Ratchet. I want to see it.
And she does not like Ratchet at all. They don't like each other. And I swear to God, if Ratchet get a hold of her, if Ratchet from Philly, she from Philly, so I know what time she on.
I already know what time that is.
You don't want. It's going to be me versus Patrick all over again. And you know who ends up being Patrick? Mophead.
It would be 2 hits. Ratchet would hit Denise and Denise would hit the floor.
I don't think she would that at all. Not at all.
No, she acts tough. Just like when she came up here. This is another thing, disgusting Denise. She comes up here for her sister or her nephew, for her sister. And the first thing she does is make a video calling for me and telling everybody to get it to me. And she's trying to intimidate me. And I'm like, really? This is where your priorities are? Not family, creating drama on TikTok. And I had donated a good little chunk to Denise's sister. And she was, from what I understand, worried that I was going to show up at the hospital or something. I'm like, you have nothing to worry about. I told somebody to reach out to Dawn. I'm like, tell her please not to worry. I'm not going to do anything, especially not to her. I think Denise was mad that I donated to her sister and not her.
Would you give it to her?
Exactly. 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 I couldn't even figure out why Denise was raising money in the first place. Stop it, you fraud.
I ain't gonna lie. That whole situation was so weird for me, though, because Dawn was contacting me offline, telling me this, that, and the third. And I'm sitting there telling her, like, all right, if you're going to be involved with Denise, I'm cool. I don't want no parts of that. And she was like, yeah, I know she's probably scamming me and everything like that. I'm like, so you still going to go ahead with it? And that's when I had to cut Dawn off.
I saw Dawn's page recently because I on this page I kind of was setting it up. I'm still setting up. Like I block a lot of people. I don't care if people want to say, oh, it's a pussy move to block people and talk about them. I give two shits. This is my platform. I'm going to run it how I want. I have zero interest in keeping people open to mass report me and to harass me when I know that they don't have the moral capacity to have a reasonable or respectable conversation. Like there's absolutely nothing for me to discuss with any of them. So yeah, I'll block them, and my videos about them are for awareness to other people. So when I saw that from Dawn and I saw these videos from Dawn, the thing that I got from it was it seems like Dawn is just like, look, I just don't want to be involved. This is my sister. I made amends with her. I don't want to be involved in any more drama. And I think I took it more as okay, she's doing it for her mental health. My feeling is like, if you're going to be on the app and you're going to sit there and turn the other cheek to your friends or your family, especially that are causing harm to a lot of other people, there's a reason we say silence is violence. And Denise is causing a lot of problems and a lot of violence for a lot of people. Like she's reckless.
And she did it to Dawn though.
Yeah, I know.
Dawn told me the whole story about, how Denise had people after her, like literally physically trying to hurt her.
Listen, she used to, keep in mind, this was a year and a half ago. Denise and I were friends at that time. I remember her reaching out to me, telling me, I need somebody to record this live. Mia and Heather are going live with my sister. And I was the one she reached out to record it all for her and go into that live. Like, cause she's always so busy. She's such a narcissist. Everything's always about her. She's so busy. So her life is the only one that's important.
I remember when Dawn reached out to me, right? And I made sure Dawn was going through a lot when she reached out to me. And she is the one that posted Cuban's social security card and her birth certificate. And Dawn literally told me that Denise is white. She said, I'm white. So we had the same mother and father. And she even told me about the situation when Denise tried to come to her dad with that stupid DNA test and say she's Afro-Latino, and her dad cursed her the fuck out.
You know who else is white? Who I'm having fun doing a lot of research on right now? And I don't care. I'll admit it. I know he's going to hear about it. Casey Camden. He's brought himself to my attention, and I don't know. I kind of feel like for those that know how hard I went at Penelope, I might
looked up Casey Camden's. His whole fucking family was racist. They were slave owners.
Dude, his family hates him. His family hates him.
I know. I heard.
Oh, his neighbors hate him. You know how he got that trailer? Oh, there's all kinds of stuff on him. There's all kinds of public. Oh, I found some good stuff on Jenny. Shit, you can go to the Enfield, Connecticut court records and do a search for her name. She was born in June 1980, and you can kind of look up the records, and you can see in the court documents the text messages between her and her landlord when her landlord was evicting her. Oh, those text messages are really freaking interesting. I'm sure I'll try to find a way to post those somewhere somehow.
All right, so hold on, Joe. They reporting it's a lot of pages that are hidden in this live right now, because I say about only like 40 pages are showing up on my list. So there's a lot of fake pages and hidden pages on here. So everybody share and like for like at least 60 seconds real quick.
Man, I'm going to drop out because anytime I try to speak, they get you taken down. So I'm going to drop out.
You could. I ain't worried about that. I done won my two appeals. You can stay up, man. We don't let.
I know, but you know what?
Do nothing around here. We don't let that stop us around here. I don't let them run nothing at all.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Restart. Can you restart the live? Does that do anything?
No, go ahead. No, we good. We going to keep liking and sharing. They get me down, I got another page. Trust me. We got plenty of pages to go through around here. It's not a big deal at all.
It's
So what was
crazy.
you saying? So like I said, when it came to the Dawn, she told me a lot of stuff about Cuban. And it was just so crazy to see her run back to her sister, which I understand is your sister, but you can't sit there and tell me that you will allow your family member to treat you like that. You literally had people. Dawn had a mental breakdown.
I know, I remember that. I think part of that was, though, she was receiving a lot of pressure from a lot of people back then, like me, and a lot of people wanted her to speak. And I think
remember when her mother had the surgery, and
No.
Dawn was the only one that was there taking care of the mother, while Denise, I believe Denise went somewhere. I don't know where Denise went. I think she went on vacation or something and left Dawn.
How is she always going on vacation, and then right when she gets back, she's doing another Go Fraud Me?
Don't ask me, man. Like, she said she had to pay for her mom's surgery for her cataracts, and Denise didn't help at all.
Wow.
But you got money to go to Dubai.
Yeah, she went to Dubai, and do you guys remember that? As soon as she came back, she did a Go Fraud Me. Why is this asking me if I want to leave the live? It popped up twice now. Is that because I'm being reported?
Did it say warning? Was it like one?
No, it said, do you want to disconnect or something?
No, I think you might have touched. Were you tapping?
I'm tapping, yes.
That's why you tapped out.
Gotcha, okay. Listen, Black Woman, I actually had pages, you can even still do a search. I had pages that were called the Go Fraud Me group because it was highlighting all the people that are doing like all these frauds. And I used to use a hashtag, the Go Fraud Me group and Go Fraud Me group. They got so nervous, especially Lady Guinevere, got so nervous about being caught for fraud because she's got actual fraud charges. And they're so nervous about the truth coming out. They have those hashtags reported where I can't even use those hashtags anymore. I could still use Go Fraud Me.
That's how I felt when Crystal Crave was telling me about her Go Fraud. Oh man, sorry, you got me calling it the GoFundMe's, right? She came to me so nervous, like she was trying to hide something. I wasn't even asking for this information. She sent me all the. So she had started a GoFundMe for a young lady that was being, I believe, physically abused by her significant other. And the lady said she never got the money.
Wow. Oh, Wiggs did that too.
Right. The lady said she never got the money. So she started sending me pictures of screenshots of cash apps and shit like that, right? But the cash apps didn't add up.
Was that the one that Wiggs was putting together?
Don't know. I know she raised, like, I believe, I don't remember.
Because that's the third. That's the third Go Fraud Me that Crystal Crave made. She made one for a bathing suit line. She made one when her page. She said her page got hacked, and then she made that one. That was the third one after those. I told you, she's a scammer, just like the rest of them.
And then, like, she did the one for Vanessa, and Vanessa said she never got anything.
I still can't believe so many of these people that we talk about. I used to consider friends. I used to be mutuals with. I used to donate to a lot of them. I used to help a lot of them. And I look back now and I'm like, I feel like such a fool because I was very naive when I like to internet stuff and public internet stuff. I was very naive when I joined TikTok. But Crystal Crave, I used
got the money to record those songs.
Dude, well, the thing about it was I was bringing her up because I remember when Lady Guinevere started her GoFundMe and Crystal boosted it.
Yeah, I was just going to bring that up.
They work together, Blaze. There you go.
They absolutely do. Crystal Crave, I used right before that whole thing with Lady Guinevere's Go Fraud Me. I actually was connected again with Crystal Crave because I didn't know if she was good or bad. And I'm like, well, she's never done anything personally to me and I've never seen her do anything really bad. So let me go ahead and just like give her a follow and watch, right? I heard one of her audios and it was perfect to use for Penelope because it was talking about how these white women want to be black women. So I used Crystal Crave's audio and I put up a bunch of pictures of Penelope. She replies back with, "Oh Lord, who's this? Not another blackfisher." And she said, "Who's this?" So I start telling her, and I say, "Yeah, this is Penelope. She's being protected by Kane Allen and Cuban Delight." Silence, crickets at that point. So she knows what's going on, but if it involves her friends, then she's quiet. So because we are mutuals and she saw me calling out Lady Guinevere's fraud, the next thing you know, she made a video boosting Lady Guinevere, and I'm like, that's it, I'm done. Like, you see the truth and you still protect the frauds. Like, I have no respect for you at that point.
This is the same woman that watched her friend go through an abusive relationship with I Speak and said nothing. Who's supposed to be I Speak's sister?
I'll answer that, Flabby. I'll tell you why everybody's afraid of Cuban. You know why? Think about it. You do a search for Cuban Delight, you're going to see a lot of people talking about how Cuban Delight doxes people. She doxes women of color. She doxes people of color. Cuban is dirty. Denise is dirty. She doxes everybody. When she got a lot of information from me, when I used to help her get information, supposedly, and I've posted this, it was so that she can do cease and desist, and she was going to be filing legal charges. She never followed through with that. She actually used that information for nefarious reasons, and I didn't know she was going to be doing that. I stopped helping her, and she still found a way to connive information for somebody else through somebody else to get it. Like, she's a conniving person, and she will do the dirtiest things, and people know. And a lot of people are afraid of being doxxed. But listen, as a person that's been doxxed, right now, I mean, my house, my home, my work is being doxxed 24/7. My family, they've been doxxed, and they're on people's pages. They're on YouTube. They're on TikTok. They're on Instagram, 24/7 being doxxed. I still go for walks in my neighborhood. I don't let it affect me. I have an alarm system, yeah, but like nobody's gonna do shit. I live on a dead end road, and they're gonna, like I said, if anybody comes for me, they're going down with me. I've had a good life, so I'm not afraid. Like, I'm good, but I'm gonna make sure I go out with a bang and somebody's coming with me if they come after me. But that's what people are afraid of, and nobody's gonna do shit. The worst thing that's happened, Blaze experienced probably the worst things that's going to happen. He had somebody
fucking rock through my window.
Exactly. And everybody's afraid of that. That to me, that shows, and the fact that they make fun of that shows how disgusting they are, because there's kids in that home. Imagine those kids could end up with PTSD. Those kids could have been in front of the window and gotten hurt. That's
what I was saying. My daughter and my son sits there to watch TV every fucking day.
See, that's the thing that pisses me off. I'm like, they sit there and they talk about this and that, and oh, people are putting our lives in danger, this and that, and they hide behind their sexuality like Patrick's doing. They hide behind every excuse that they can when things have nothing to do with any of the things that they're making excuses for. Nobody's going after Patrick for being a zesty pansexual man, black man. Nobody's going after him for that. But they want to make it about that, right? And then they'll gaslight everybody else. It's the most disgusting behavior. And I fully believe, like, we need to have a day where we just, if everybody collectively calls out all their shit or something and mass reports their page or something, like, I don't know, an accountability day. Hold the people that are always trying to hold everybody else accountable, do it to them. Let them see how it feels like, where everybody gets an opportunity to speak up.
I honestly think they've been feeling that the last couple months, because Patrick has, I Speak has, they getting their ass held to the fire. It's just not enough for me. They need to be pushed all the way in.
Yeah, and I personally, I think that there's a lot of big creators that need to lose their pages, but I don't think it's going to happen because I think TikTok's protecting them. I've talked with you about that, Blaze, and I think the past week it's been really obvious for me. Really obvious.
Listen, I say give it about 6 months. You're going to start seeing some real results.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say, it's about to happen. Just trust the process. I'm telling you, it's about to happen.
You know they use computer programs to mass report people, right?
Yeah,
I'm talking about
I've
Denise
seen it.
and yeah,
they got new ones out now because TikTok has switched it up where as though you send too many reports, they just block them. Now they have a new program where it runs these bots every 60 seconds.
Oh, wow. They are Taurus. They completely are WS tactics. And they're running around calling everybody else that. But think about it. Majority of them are actually YT and pretending that they're not. They're the biggest Karens in the world. And they're really harmful to multiple communities and people. But they are the Central Park Amy's. They're the ones that are pretending they're standing up for the causes and pretending that they're good old Democrats and liberals and whatnot, progressives, that they're over here on the good side of things in the good fight. But really, they're the biggest ones that are the WS agents of WS.
Do you know who Henrietta is?
Henrietta, that sounds familiar.
Henrietta Bradley?
Henrietta Bradley. Who is that? Who named you screaming out?
Familiar.
Henrietta Denise Bradley?
Isn't that Auntie Karen?
No. Oh, Aunt Karen? Yeah, Henrietta Denise Bradley. That's her name.
Oh, okay.
It's Henrietta.
Her first name is Henrietta?
Yes.
You know, there used to be a cartoon character called Henrietta
she tried to
Hippo.
she tried to sue the police in 2006.
Oh, my God.
And her sister lied, talking about the police called her the N-word.
Wow.
You see, when I go digging, Aunt Karen, I go digging.
So, is this you say her sister lied and said that?
Her sister lied because she was there too.
I knew.
Called the police.
Not from like the first time I saw her sister, I was like, maybe she cool. Maybe she cool. Because I said happy birthday to her. She said thank you. I knew she knew who I was. But like after watching her, she is no different from her sister. They are twins. They are twins.
Yep, exactly.
Her sister probably just don't be
Choice
in
and Henrietta.
Right. Her sister probably just don't be in it as much mess, but they are pretty much the same.
Henrietta. I've been calling.
Oh yeah, I have your new last name too. I have her new last name too, but I'll save that till she get married tomorrow.
I still don't know how that works. And I got a video. Somebody did send me a video of a Muslim woman saying that they cannot marry outside of their race. Outside of their religion. Is a woman on. It was. I believe she's a YouTuber or a TikToker, and they said Muslim women are not supposed to marry outside their race.
Speak on that because I don't know. I
don't know either. That's what
Muslim is a religion, though, not a race.
No, I said religion. I said race at first. I misspoke at first.
Is the wedding on a plantation like Savannah? I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Henrietta.
And I heard Savannah's getting sued too.
Yeah. You didn't know that? She's part of that.
Yeah.
She's part of Denise's lawsuit.
Yeah, but
Karen is too.
Have you guys seen what I posted about Tizzy?
No. Oh man, Tizzy losing his damn mind.
I posted proof. I mean, I'm sorry. It's not 99. It's not 100% proof, but it's 99.99% proof that it was Tizzy who actually made that video about.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that.
Despite what you feel about Goddess Mia, I've never had any personal contact or interactions with her, other than that live that we were talking about that Denise asked me to go record between her and her sister. That's like the only time I ever had personal interactions with Goddess Mia, and it was just from the comment section.
I will say this: I don't have a personal issue with Goddess Mia. I have an issue with her actions or her lack of actions or lack of empathy, or holding her friends accountable for bullshit that she allows. That's it.
I'll say the same thing, but despite and I agree with you, Blaze, but despite what anybody thinks about her, at the end of the day, I mean, she's still a black woman that is targeted in America. And for a white man to make those kinds of threats, to do it behind a troll page for his friends. And again, I know a lot of the crap that was going on back then, because that's when they were pulling me all into their little group and telling me about this one and that one. And, basically what I feel was grooming me to be a bully for them and a reporter and a little clan member or cult member for them. But they were all Tizian, Denise, Lady Guinevere, they're all friends. And Lady Guinevere and Cuban Delight were two of the biggest people that were fighting against Goddess Mia at that time. So it doesn't surprise me that Tizian did this for his friends. And it's very clear to anybody that listens to it. They're like, oh yeah, that's Tizzy. For him to make those kinds of threats to her and think that he was going to get away with it, I don't know what he was thinking, because that voice filter was really not that difficult for me to take off. It was actually pretty easy for me to take off. Do you guys remember that? He made this whole
I ain't
video.
gonna lie, that shit sounds just like him.
It does.
It literally sounds just like him.
It's on this page. It actually, that post actually got reported, and I appealed it, and it got back up. So, I love that it got reinstated, because usually it doesn't, but I did a little response video, and I called out TikTok, and I called out their lawyers, and I'm like, why are you protecting Tizzy? And the next thing I know, the video is reinstated. I'm telling you,
Tizzy
dude,
weird.
That
dude is weird. I just saw him not too long ago make a video towards a teenage girl.
Is I in here?
And then tell people to go solicit to try to talk to her boyfriend. A teenager. That shit was so wild to me, and nobody said nothing about that.
Tizian, yep, Tizian.
He's a grown ass man making a video towards a teenager. He's
been called out.
Talk to her boyfriend.
Hold on. So I creep. According to Kappa, you paid for Blaze's window.
What?
That's what she said tonight, that you had a 17-year-old pay to get your window fixed, and that she used her school money that she got and all this stuff. That's on Closet Talks Live. I forgot about that. Yeah, she was saying all of that stuff.
Who cares, man? Anybody that takes Kappa seriously at this point is just as dumb as she is. Like, seriously, it don't even be worth giving no energy.
All they do is try to discredit other people and smear other people so that nobody will listen to them, especially if they know that somebody has dirt on them. If people have documentation and proof on them, they will go at them the hardest. They will lie about them the hardest. They splice together videos, audios. They'll make up stories, and they'll have all their friends share the stories so that it sounds believable. Because I've literally had people tell me that they believe something strictly because they heard it from so many creators. That's it.
I'm sorry. I really don't take people word of mouth. I may intake the information, but I don't really just take people word of mouth no more. Nope. Now, especially when I take people word of mouth, I literally say allegedly. Because I'm not trying to put nothing on nobody that don't deserve it. I'm sorry.
And Blaze, you know how I am. What's like one of the first things I do when somebody says something is I'm like, I want to see the proof. I want to see the proof.
Yeah, you gotta show me. You gotta show me the money. Cause fuck that.
I won't believe. I believe people blindly. I went after Kayla B extremely hard for Denise. I went after a lot of people extremely hard for Lady Guinevere, for Uni, for Scott McFly, and it was stupid because they played on me and my emotions to get me to feel sorry for them and played the victim really well. So, they're showing me bits and clips of videos, and people that when you see these little bits and you don't know the backstory, you're like, wow, that's a horrible person. But I've realized, no, you got to take into consideration, a lot of times they're literally pushing people, trying to get them to do something just so they can get that gotcha moment. And then they'll mass report anything you call out together. They'll say, they'll tell all their friends, oh, he's lying, he's making that up, don't believe him. Mass report that, and then they'll put out their truths and they'll get everybody to share it. That is the cult mentality, the mob mentality, the hive mentality, whatever you want to call it, group thinking, whatever.
All right, just got a warning. I'm going to start the live over. Give me like 20 minutes, though. I'm going to go check on Gabe, y'all. Y'all are the worst. Can't have no conversations around here.